Welcome back to another edition of Research Fantasy Presents our NBA DFS bargain bin for Monday, April 10th, 2017. I am your host, Nick Valenciak, also known as Nick from CWE on your favorite daily fantasy sites. So let's talk value, and honestly, this is a slate as of right now that feels like it's going to play far more toward normal than not. I think there's enough teams in situations, especially in the East, where you're not going to see those elite value plays pop up. Now, granted, there's still a number of teams like Detroit who are completely out of things and want to see what some of their younger guys have. We could see, with a lot of the West setup, we could see Houston rest. We could see the Spurs rest. Both of those are locked in at 2 and 3, and there's no way they are going to move. But I actually just read a blurb here that Pop is not going to rest anybody. He said his offense and defensive execution was very poor. Still have to have moderate concerns. Not so much that guys will get rested, but that guys will see reduced minutes. And minutes is everything in DFS. If a guy like LeBron James plays 30 minutes, I mean, his ceiling drops from 55 to 60 to probably like 48 to 52, and that's significant when you need 55 to hit value. And the other important thing is no coach is ever going to do any DFS players any favors. Like, they're not looking out for our best interest. They're not going to tell us at 10 o'clock in the morning most of the time what they're doing. You're going to find out throughout the day after morning shoot around, etc., etc. So these are guys that are just in good situations, I feel, that could end up putting together bigger outings. Let's start things off with Evan Turner of the Portland Trailblazers. Russell Westbrook single-handedly ended any hope of Denver's playoff run yesterday with the buzzer beater. Turner is a guy who isn't like flashy impressive, but if you look over his stats basically since he's fully returned from injury and the calendar has turned into April, on DraftKings, we've got 28.75, 20.5, 20.25, 25.25, 20.75. Some of those came in difficult matchups, 2 matchups against Utah. So I think that at 3,900, even against the Spurs, I think he's a pretty good bet to hit 5x value, which is really important. Who knows how value opens up? If we get some of the value that we've been getting the past couple of days, they're no longer priced at a minimum price. Boban is not 3K. Henry Ellison is not 3K. Granted, at 4K and 5K, they could both still have greater than 5x value, but it's just not the same right now. They're definitely floating more in Evan Turner range. Let's move on to Pau Gasol, 5K. Pau is going to be going up against the Blazers, and he's a guy coming off the bench. He can do some damage. I think the Blazers actually have some guys who could really work to cover him from their skill set. Like Myers Leonard isn't a slow plotting guy. Vonleh isn't a slow plotting guy. But the thing is, both of those guys don't have the bulk to handle Gasol if he wants to go into the paint. And ultimately, they're eons below his class of athlete. So he's a guy I could see hitting 6x value tonight. Tournament-only option, but he's a guy I'd be looking at. Finally, I'm all over Boban Marjanovic, and I'm not going to be done with that until the season ends. If you could put up a decent stat line against a pretty strong Memphis front court, you're going to be able to do it against anybody. Washington still does not have a good rhythm in their front court. If there's any weakness right now, it's there. Gortat seems to be turning the corner a little bit, but Markieff is still not playing well. Jason Smith is what he is, and Jan Mahimi just doesn't see enough time on the floor. So Boban at 5K is a guy who could easily hit 6, 7, 8 times value tonight. Could hit 9. I mean, there's definitely upside with him, but you're going to take the high ownership. Once again, our top 3 tournament plays as of 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. and will likely change throughout the day. Evan Turner, Pau Gasol, Boban Marjanovic. Thanks for joining. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Head over to researchfantasy.com. Sign up for our NBA mailing list. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Research and Win. And join us again tomorrow.